Control eject. Operation Imposter termination.
Hey everyone, welcome to Review Time. I'm your host Islip, and today I'm going to be reviewing something I just got in the mail, and I was very excited about it. And that would be this. Sorry about the glare. The Transformers Robots in Disguise Decepticon Soundwave. This is the Commemorative Edition, and it comes in this really, really cool box. Nice little picture of Soundwave's head. For some reason, this reminds me of a bird. There's a nice picture of Soundwave, I'm guessing, and his Decepticon tape minions, which are covered by this sticker that says something on it. There's the little bio if you want to read it, and then here is some of the other toys that were available in this wave, I guess you'll call it that, and that's about it. That's about it for the box until you do this. And here you can see, this is how he comes packaged, by the way. Soundwave in his tape deck mode, which I'm going to be honest with you, I opened this up and I was really surprised at how small he was. Now, I've had this guy before. I had this guy about 20 years ago, and I don't know, I remember it being bigger slightly, but that's beyond the point. I finally got myself a Ravage here, so I've got all the original Cassetticons. There's Laserbeak up there, and I'm going to go on to them in a minute. And then here's another little bio thing, and you can read that if you want to. But the cool thing is, I gotta raise the camera up. You can see it right there. That's the cool thing about this box is when you open it up, it's a pop-up, and there is a nice little, a nice big picture of Soundwave, and he is huge in this picture. They actually made a Soundwave that was about this big, but it didn't actually transform. All you did was like turn the toes up, and it actually played real size cassettes. But yeah, that's that. The packaging is awesome, and I wasn't actually planning to keep the packaging. I was actually going to just take the bot out and get rid of the packaging, because those of you who know me know I have no space for boxes. I have no space, unfortunately, for boxes anymore, because yeah. But that said, let's just get him out. So, and I literally got him a few hours ago, but I've had this figure before, so I don't have to really play with him, and he's very, to get used to him. For some reason, mine came, well, no, I shouldn't say for some reason, but I just thought it was interesting. It comes with two instructions, one in English, one in Japanese, which, as far as I'm concerned, has to say it's the same thing, except that the colors are a little bit lighter on the American version. But yeah, everything is exactly the same, to be honest with you. It's just that this one is in Japanese, and this one is in, I was going to say Americanese. That one's in American. Now, it's in English. So, now, I already have a Laserbeak. I've got a few Cassetticons, Frenzy and Rumble, Overkill. So, but it's cool. I mean, I've got, like I said, I've completed all the original. Well, I don't have a buzzsaw, not for G1, so I need to get a G1 buzzsaw. But the minions that he actually used on the show, they're all pretty much present. We'll take that off, and everything slides out because the clamshell is actually one of those weird ones where all the indentations are on the top rather than the bottom. So we'll take all of this stuff out. We'll take one of these out. It comes with 3 of these little missile things. The missile launcher on this there have been a few changes made to this mold. So we're going to move this over, get the Cassetticons out of the way. The first change is that they put this double door on. When I say double door, I mean it's the double deep, where you can put 2 cassettes at one time. Look at that. I didn't even notice that, but you can see there's molded in machinations in there. This is pre-G1. This is Diaclone stuff. This is amazing. And it's also amazingly small. You can see, I mean, he is a micro cassette player, but dang, that's small. Before we go, well, we'll take a look at the details. It's very hard to see because I've got the light on. There we go. On this side it says R, this side it says L. Here's the play buttons and everything, chromed, and sorry about, let's see if I can dull the flash out just a little bit. Now it's too far. Well, I'm in a slightly dark room, so I apologize. Oh, okay, tilt it. You've got the record battery button. It says, let's see if we can get it to read that over there. Here we go, we'll just bring that over. Stereo micro cassette recorder. Record, stop. I don't know how that's record and stop. I guess that button's record, stop, play. And this is fast forward and rewind. Eject button, you've got a little wheel here that actually does turn. Here's the back. You got a Decepticon rub sign right here. You got this slider here that doesn't actually slide. And that would be, I guess, the earphone jack. So here's my knockoff oversized, which I've had for a few years now. It's an oversized knockoff of the same mold. Oh, sorry. Same mold, just much flimsier. This is actually pretty solid. But everything is the same except for the gold is a little bit lighter on this side, and the Decepticon symbol there is not really a Decepticon symbol. It is whatever that is. Whereas this is an actual Decepticon symbol. But otherwise, it's, for all intents and purposes, just an oversized version. The stickers are pretty much the same. You can see. So, and bring in the, I was going to say the knockoff, the Masterpiece version, which is not much taller, but definitely a lot wider and a lot thicker. But again, they got this for the same cues. Tape counter there, which actually show that off if I can. You can see it says 10 on there. This one has it molded in, but it's not as prominent, and it doesn't have anything on there. The buttons they're a little bit better over here. Here's just one piece. Here there are a few pieces. The record battery it's a sticker and an actual molded in event on there, as opposed to just being a sticker there. It has a molded slider, a volume control, which does not actually do anything here. And this one also has a bunch of other things molded in that this one does not have. And same here, there's a slider. That's odd. The slider on this side goes up and down, but the one on here, the radio dial, doesn't work. In this one, the radio dial works, but the slider doesn't go up and down. I think that's interesting. And one has a earphone jack, the other one doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and transform this. No, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm going to transform this gentleman, which is very simple. You just Take the legs, pull them out, pull them down. Now this side is a bit tight, so it's a little scary. It feels like, I don't want to break it, but there we go. Rotate that around, flip out the feet, which, nice click. And the feet are metal. I don't know what else might be metal on this, but the feet are definitely metal. Pull these out, and these actually, there's a little tab on the side that the arms tab into at the screw hole. Pull down the arms, flip up the head, and you're pretty much done. I mean, for the main transformation, that's pretty much it. And I gotta tell you, this guy is so small. This guy is about 6 or 7 inches tall. He is, let me show you. I have the Fall of Cybertron Voyager Soundwave, who I don't really like. And that's just because of the way he was crafted. It just feels so flimsy. But he's not even he's just slightly under a Voyager size figure. Bigger than a Deluxe, smaller than a Voyager. I'm gonna have to raise up the camera now because since we're doing size comparisons, let's get this guy out of the way. We'll go with my knockoff. See if my knockoff will stay. My knockoff, unfortunately, like the feet don't click, so that doesn't stand the greatest. And there's the knockoff. Oop. Who is a little more painted at the head. He's missing. He had the. Dagnabbit, stand up. He had the same stickers on the forearms, just that they came off. And his head is painted differently. Like, instead of painting the visor like they were supposed to, they painted the in between the mouth plate and the visor. I guess the face? I don't know. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same. Just this guy is bigger. Now, I don't know why, but I thought this guy was just a little closer in size. Maybe not quite as tall as this, but a little bit taller. So it's just a little weird how tiny he is. Like, there's my hand. This is my hand. Palm to tip of the fingers. He's about that length. And for those wondering, I'm about 5'5". So, and I do not have exonerably long hands. And I probably used that word wrong. I don't care. So, hold on 1 second. Before I forget, weapons are stored in the back as batteries. I mean, you've probably already seen this review 100 million times, but, you know, whatever. So, and it's stamped Hasbro 1974 and 1983. So, I guess this guy came out, and those kids are loud, aren't they? I guess that these came out, the Diaclone versions, the molds, were probably from 1974, which is a year after I was born, for those wondering. So yes, I'm even older than Diaclone. You got the weapons. You take this one, and you put it up on the shoulder. And now, this is the one thing I liked about the knockoff. The missiles were picked out. So you take this, you lengthen it out, and then you take the missile, put it in like that. Now, there's a button right here. You can press it all you want to, but it's not going to shoot. It's just to release. They took the spring out or whatever. So that's one of the changes that they made, I guess, safety reasons. And I guess you can put a missile up in there if you want to. But, so there's Soundwave all ready to go bust a cap in somebody's behind with a giant spear energy gun thing. Alright, so on to the cassettes. We have the masterpieces here and the regular ones here. And yes, the masterpieces, before I forget, let's go ahead and half transform this guy just enough to get him into the shot. Whoops. Okay. You can take the masterpieces and stick them in there. They're a little, well, at least Ravage is a little snuggly, but you can do so. You can do that and close it, and the masterpiece figures will fit in there. And the kids are whining because that's what kids do. You can also take, obviously, the regular cassettes and stick them inside the same thing, double. And you can take the regular cassettes and stick them in the masterpiece if you so choose. So, let's get these guys out. And transformation for the G1s are simple. Bring this closer. Let's just zoom this in just a wee bit. Okay. So, just kind of pull the wings out a bit. Flip these down, or actually maybe do it the other way around. Pull this out. Now, according to the instruction booklet, that is the full transformation. Which, well, that, and then you put the guns on. And, yeah. Then you put the guns on, and that's supposed to be the full transformation. Doesn't really make sense because his wings can go all the way out, like so. Which is how I used to have it. This makes more sense to me, but, even a little bit less, like in the box, I think it was like that. Even that makes a little more sense than having the wings even tighter in, because how is he really going to fly? So, that's Laserbeak. We'll go with Ravage. Ravage was one of my favorite Transformers when I was a kid. Very easy. You flip the tail out, flip the head out, flip the legs out. And the only thing is, because he is so narrow, it is extremely hard to balance him without having him sitting down. But he had a lot of posability. Like, you can see right there at the shoulder, at the elbow, even here at the feet. But again, like I said, very hard to stand him up on his own. However, if you go to Mega Moon Man's, oh, voila, look at that. I got him to stand up. If you go to Mega Moon Man's thread on TFW 2005, the one where he makes the the Metroplex hands, you can get different stands for the animals to cassettes to stand them. So, but somehow I got him to stand. I couldn't get him to stand a few minutes ago. But this is G1 Ravage, and give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera for a minute, and then bring in the masterpieces. So here we have the masterpieces next to their counterparts. So let's we'll start with Laserbeak, and we've already done this, but here we go. Oops, zoom in. Laserbeak and Laserbeak. So yeah. So it's pretty cool. Now, here's the thing. Now I have another reissue set just of cassettes, and that Laserbeak came with these guns that are actually a lot longer. Like if you look, these guns stop there. So, and that's another change that they made, unfortunately. But everything else seems to be about right, as far as I can tell. I mean, it's been 100,000 years since I've had these bots. But, yeah, so we'll get this out of the way. We'll take a look at original Ravage, and the new one. And, you can see the differences. Like this is like a brownish gray metal. This is a gunmetal color actually, and this is gray. Eyes are picked out in orange, not orange, gold. You can see the differences and the similarities and the nods. And their bodies are just about the same width, but because the legs are out on the side, which I mean they could have done that over here. Well, actually, this is actually a toy from a lot earlier. Whatever, it's a good toy. It's still pretty cool. It still looks, to be honest with you, I mean I like the way this guy looks, but this has just been one of my favorite all-time favorite characters. I used to play with this with a Christmas tree. I used to make them, whoops. This one's a little stiffer than the one I had, but, I would make him, run, and it was just pretty cool, and he could fly, rocket thrusters, and then I just, would just go like this, so he would fly around. So, I mean, he was pretty cool. He didn't look nothing like he did on the TV show. On the TV show, sometimes you couldn't tell if he was a dog or a wolf or a cat, because the way they drew him just really looked wrong. Even here, you can see he's got more of a cat head, but here you can tell from the side it's like a cat head. So, but yeah, and something I just realized. Okay, we got Frenzy Rumble. We'll go with Rumble because he's blue like the animation model, and this is the US version, and the US animation model was blue, unfortunately. He would have looked much better with these colors, but I have figured out a way to get the Masterpiece pile drivers to work with Red Rumble or Frenzy or whatever you want to call them. So, if you want, you can use the pile drivers with. It does make them come off the ground, but you can use them with the originals. Just wanted to show that. Anyway, getting everybody back into screen, because why not? We'll just get a bunch of guys going on in here and stuff, and you stay up. And you hear Tom and Jerry in the background. My nephew's here, I'm babysitting. Get him in. Get the other guys in. Okay, standing guys, you can go stand in front of your respective things. And see if we can get him to stand now. I got him to stand a minute ago. We'll just lean them up against there. And yeah, they are awesome. And I almost forgot who I was reviewing for a second there. Oh, can't see everybody. So that was my review of the Commemorative reissue Soundwave, whose door is reflecting way too much. Oh, okay, now his crotch is shiny. Come on, people, work with me. But, yes. The Transformers Robots in Disguise Commemorative Edition of Soundwave, G1 Soundwave. I got him off of Amazon. Excuse me. He was like $58, but it was free 2-day shipping, as opposed to buying him on TF Source for $49 plus $6 or $7 shipping, which would have brought him back up to about the same price, and it wouldn't have been 2-day shipping. It would have been, and this guy would have been here a lot sooner had it not been for. Wait, when did I get him? I ordered him on Thursday. Today's Monday. Yeah, if it hadn't been for the snow, he probably would have been here a lot sooner. But that stupid snow. Anyway, but he's worth it. I'm glad I have him in my collection finally. I can put this guy here to rest, or, I'm probably just going to take a pen to him and color him up and see what I can make out of him. That's probably what I'm going to do. But now I've got him. I'm happy. Got my Masterpiece. I'm happy. I've got my cassettes. Got even more cassettes. And, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. It was definitely worth the money I paid for it, and I'm glad to have them again. And this time I won't give them away. I'm iSlip, and I'm done.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning, Cybertron! With your hosts, Kingston 333, Adam, Oscar, Max Ross Linden, and Mercy, Holson, it is 9 9s, T2 RX6, Skullface, Rain 9, Iceland Coco Liso, Dr. What, and Blunghole, the tapeworm of Unicron.